Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Long time no see. I am Solari, back with you here today with my colleague Brilmann. Hello, Brilmann. How are you?
I bow to you, my friends, as we are back in the French LFL 2021 split. And before we even start, I just want to say one thing. Misfits Premiere, the crown Prince of Crime has been decrowned here, as now they are not anymore, no longer at the first place of the scoreboard. And if you could, Solari, please give us a little bit of a transcription of what is happening right now in the scoreboard.
With great pleasure, my friends. So, what we have on the scoreboard is we have one winner, the new wearer, wielder of the crown. This is Team BDS. Who would have thought? But we have seen them. We know they are worth the crown. The second place is actually split between two teams. We have Calming Corp and Vitality B, and Misfits are on the fourth place, and we will go back to the scoreboard in a few seconds because we are at the Bans and Big Space.
What we're beginning with is some really heavy mid-lane bounce from Team Misfits Premiere, which is not exactly that surprising because Yone, Yasuo, and Seraphine are all three quite a bit of a problematic thing. As well as Zoe and Oriana, reminding you that this is Team Misfits Premiere going against Team MECS with 5-2-3 and 1-2-7 scores respectively. Renekton is also getting banned for Team Misfits, and that is not something that we should be surprised either because we have seen Aggressive doing miracles on that crocodile killer croc, and we see Talia being the first pick for, I suppose, Schlatten, as Talia really does well in the jungle in the hands of that particular gentleman.
Yep, this is going to be Talia in the jungle for Schlatten. We know Schlatten feels pretty good on Talia, even though Graves, who is still open, hasn't been picked by him, which means he's an opening for Team MECS. And we see Olaf being picked for them. Top lane or jungle.
Baby, Viking and what?
No, wait. We are yet to see what is happening in the jungle.
Nidalee.
Nidalee. I would love to see Nidalee against Talia, actually.
That is some javelin thrower right here.
Yep. And while we are still waiting for the final decision, I will let you know that Team MECS is currently, unfortunately, on the last place in the scoreboard. They are 10th place, 1 win, 7 losses. We will see if in this match they will manage to turn the tides.
And may as well do so, because Misfits were on an unspeakable losing streaks of 3 games, which is not exactly something you really want to have when you are being crowned prince of LFL crime, if I can put it this way. In the meantime, we had Garagas and Aphelios being picked, also followed up with the pick of Thrash, and this is going to be a very hard bot lane for Woolite and Jack Troll.
Yes, MCS really need to think really carefully about what they're going to pick for the bot lane for themselves, because that's going to be so much control and damage coming from these two gentlemen right there that I don't even know what they can answer with. I would say that could be Kai'Sa for them, Kai'Sa or Xayah actually. Both feel really good in current meta because this is still patch 11.2 by the way. And Nautilus. I was just about to say Leona or Nautilus would be the answer. Maybe probably Alistar, but a little bit less. I love the pick of Nautilus. It's very reliable against such a composition.
Against anybody, let's put it this way.
True.
Against basically anybody. And also, I've got to give, not give, but somehow be a little bit surprised by the fact that we don't see Kai'Sa being taken. Is also we see her being banned, which is a very interesting thing because we are we're used to, that is a habit right now, that if we see Kai'Sa being open for Woolite, what he does, he just takes the Kai'Sa go brr in his hands. And that's not exactly the case right here, which is very interesting for me. That's a little bit of a surprise. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to see the previous game. We will try to change that in the nearest future. Maybe we'll have success with that, maybe not. We can't promise you anything, but in the meantime, we see Camille and Lucian being banned, also with Ash joining the fray.
Ash, That's the champion I can talk about for ages. She is a very good pick for a laning phase because she feels very safe on the lane with her vision. She has a lot of poke to provide and a lot of damage, frankly, because if she manages to hit level 6 first, that's a kill for her.
And that's bullet time!
That's bullet time indeed, Misfortune.
For Tiger.
Yep, she can stay in a safe distance from Aphelios.
Oh no.
Oh no, is it gonna be?
Oh no.
Is it gonna be Atrix for aggressive?
The Night King returns to the LFL. I really hope so.
Yes!
I really hope the Night... Yes! The Night King returns to the LFL. Last time we have seen Aggressivo playing the Night King, the darkened Atrix. It was absolutely brutal for Team.
Yes.
I don't remember who even it was, but that's not the point. The point is Aggressivo is on Atrix, and that's going to be a bloodbath if I ever seen one.
Yes, yes, yes. And it's gonna be answered by Echo. It's gonna be Echo for the mid lane, apologies. That's gonna be Echo on the mid lane against Syndra. And now my question is there gonna be enough AP damage for Team MECS? Because I am not sure.
AP damage? Well,
Yes.
you do have Gragas, you do have Echo, and you have Nautilus, so it seems to be pretty much okay for me. What I'm looking at right now is that the fact that Gragas will have well, I mean, with all props to ACD, I mean, I guess he can handle Gragas well, but that's Aggressivo we're talking about. We're talking about Aggressivo on Atrix, and that is something you don't want to encounter, because the moment he knocks on your door and going hello, you just have to run. Just run.
Yeah, you don't even need to answer that hello. You just go away.
You hear the knockings and you go, oh, well, thank you very much, everybody. I was very happy to be here. Now, see you later, and just go away.
Yep. And even though we are in the patch 11.2, so Gold Ringer is a little bit nerfed, and Atrox is allegedly a little bit nerfed too, it's still a very good item for a very reliable champion. It's still...
Think about it. You have Olaf, you have Gragas, you have Echo. 3 potentially melee champions.
Yep.
And Nautilus, 4. Which means
indeed.
if you go in there with his, if Aggressivo goes in there with his E, and also propping his World Ender, plus going with the Gold Drinker, oh my god, that healing.
And then I see the problem with Misfortune right there, because this AD carry has no escape, unfortunately. In this case, I really wanted to see Xayah maybe, because, well, she needs to wait for level 6, but then she has at least some...
But the Featherstorm, the Featherstorm is your way out, basically, of any kind of, well, not pleasant situation for you.
Yeah, but Misfortune is the champion that cannot get away. If she gets hooked by Thresh, if there is Talia just jumping in, if there is Atrox deciding to go all in, which we know Aggressivo loves to do because he's still living to his name, then Misfortune is just done completely. I honestly think that in this situation, Team MECS has a slightly weaker pick.
It's probably going to be a little bit of a disadvantage, especially talking about the Weaver's Wall on Talia. This ultimate can change either a gank, or provide a good gank, or make an engage, or disengage, or it's so optional. You can do whatever you want with it. And that's one of the greatest things about it, because you possess the ultimate that can change the tides in your favor without actually providing any damage. Is it a little bit of a downside that you can't do any damage? Maybe it is. On the other hand, even if you don't, even with the fact that you don't, that you're not able to actually do something with your ultimate, considering about damage, you still do know that you're going to change the tides. You're going to make a difference in case that ultimate is going to land on a good spot.
Yep. Actually, look at the Gragas runs. I am loving this comment on Gragas. I am living for it. And
this is going to be a pokey Gragas. I hope he's going to proc his comment with a belly punch.
Oh, that would be nice to see. That would be that would be a feast for the eyes.
I just have made up a brilliant skin for Gragas.
Tell me.
And that would be Poe from Kung Fu Panda. because of the belly.
Oh.
And I just want them to make the sound go boom.
Oh,
The moment the belly just goes boom. You know, this boink.
Yeah, I got the point the first time. Thank you very much for emphasizing it. But I'm afraid that has to stay in our dreams, unfortunately. But what doesn't have to stay in our dreams is the game, and I'm really, really looking forward to see what's going to happen.
Misfits
here.
just have to finally break their losing streak, as Certus is already in a bit of a trouble right here, as Bukada was going in there to try to take some early kill, but didn't manage to do so, even though offering engage from Royal. Although,
yeah, we are looking at that flash, I guess.
yes,
I'm
that
looking
was
at it.
Certus on his own is on his toes. I'm pretty sure about that.
Yeah, that was a good reaction, though.
Ooh, and look at Jack Troll! You can look at Jack Troll going! Nautilus with that hook, even burning, had to burn his ignite in order to try to get. And Schlatten may be able to pick up his kill as Tiger is trying to body block his teammate. Is it going to be enough? Hook is coming on Jack Troll, but it's not going to be enough. And the first blood is popping for Team Misfits. Maybe they will be finally able to prevent themselves from a losing streak, but Schlatten might be punished for his overreaction right now. 3 members of Team MECS are already there as Bukada is able to take his blue buff and has to disengage. Well, doesn't have to disengage, but he does so anyway. Or Royal getting caught here in the bush. A lot of action happening in the 3rd minute of the game, I have to admit to that.
A lot of action. I'm loving the early ganks happening from both teams, actually. Bukada just going in with 2nd minute in the game. He's just already going into the mid lane, taking the precious flash from Certus. And actually, I have to admit that Certus was there next to the bot lane when the action happened there. He was ready to support his team, and that's what I love to see in Misfits Premiere.
And look at Royal, he's so low, he has to back.
Yeah, he has to back because Syndra's damage is incredible.
And that means that Bukada is left in a 2v1 position. Gragas, though, making his way from the top lane. Aggressive was not going to chase him as this crop is given to the Team MECS. Yes, it will be. Thank you very much, says Olaf, and picks it away.
It's 1-1 with the crabs, so they can take it. But is it going
It's
to
an
be
even point.
No, not really. Because Aggressivo is ready and he is backing very safely.
And just look at the bot lane. They're just shoving that lane. And it seems like the bot lane will have a bit of a trouble right now. Certus might be stunned right here because of Echo's W not going to happen. Already very close to achieving that precious level 9 that's going to make the chrono charge, if I'm not mistaken. Chrono break, I'm sorry. Yeah, level 6. And that means that the chrono break will be available for him. And that is a very good counter measure for Certus's unleash power. We're going to see some more action happening in the top lane. That is a very aggressive flash from Royal, and Certus is incredibly low as he has to go back. Schlatten not going to help his teammate. As Certus going down, Schlatten not reacting on it, and Bukada didn't really even have to do anything as Royal did it almost by him own self.
Schlatten was pretty low there, actually. He was trying to kill those birdie birds in the jungle, and he really wasn't in the best position to go there and try help Certus. It was just...
And look at that! Aggressive, almost able to pick up the solo kill. The last minion is going down, though, as ACD is going to go back as the Oktoberfest Gragas dances on the corpse of the enemy minions. That sounded a little bit grimmer than I have anticipated, but it doesn't really matter. That is a teleport being burnt onto the top lane, reminding you Aggressivo already has his level 6. That means he has the world's ender already able to do something with ACD, while ACD also hits his level 6, and that means that Explosive Cask is also ready to join the fray, while we have an Infernal Drake already being stacked.
Oh, what a piece of cake for both teams. I wonder who's going to go for it, but it looks like Misfits Premiere are just a little bit quicker to try to first secure the vision around the Dragon Pit, and then to just go in and take it, because they are feeling much better on the bot lane than Team MECS. You can see it because poor Misfortune just sitting all the time on the And
look at Aggressivo, explosive cast coming! That's World Ender also propped on Aggressivo, and ACD knows that he doesn't really have to trade here right now, as it was something for him. Misfits are going to execute yet another tower dive right now, but Olaf and Echo are already here, as Misfits are withdrawing, making MCES being on their watch, waiting for some kind of an action. Schlatten is going to start that dragon, but Olaf is already here. Bukada is already here to try and prevent Team Misfits from taking that dragon, and he's going to do that absolutely successfully, as we won't see any kind of action happening here right now again.
Team Misfits Premiere desperately needs some kills right now next to the Dragon Pit, so bot lane would be perfect for them if they manage to secure.
This is going to be a dragon for them, though. Look at it!
Look at it! Oh,
they managed to
Bukada.
steal that dragon right under the nose of MCS, right under the nose of Bukada, and that is something very good for them, because if you look at the goal difference, it's already 1k. Yep. Look at the CS difference between Aphelios and Misfortune. Her bullet time is not going to do enough if that Aphelios is going to be that stacked and that farmed. So then it seems like Team Misfits are back on the horse, at least in the early game.
It looks like, actually, and look at the damage coming from Aggressivo. That is a lot of damage.
Remember Night King from Game of Thrones? That's him. Basically, that's him. It seems like Bukada and Royal, though, are looking for some kind of an opportunity for a very cocky gank over here. Schlatten, though, might know about it. Looking at the pick of their maps, it seems like they do know, and Aggressivo is getting in there. Weaver's Wall is going there way too late. Save his teammates as he's going to be low. ACD and both Bukada are extremely low. Certus are already here to try and join the fray. Explosive gas coming in there. So nobody home as the fight continues, but Certus not going to be able to find anything more. Schlatten is not okay with that. Schlatten is going to try to fish for more here. Chrono charge coming in there from Royal. Chrono shift, I'm very sorry, rather to say. And as we see Jack Joe going in there, that seems like Team Misfits are going to try to answer for that kill with their Heralds, but how well executed from MCES it was.
Yes, you absolutely have to give kudos to them. They were really prepared for anything. They knew they were going in really bold and really cocky, as we said, and they knew they would be punished because, you know, Schlatten, he's always whenever he needs to be, and Certus loves to roam the other
But it
lanes.
just wasn't enough, was it? He was there, and Certus was there, but it wasn't enough.
It wasn't quick enough, I would say. They just didn't anticipate enough the damage coming from MCS. They thought that Aggressivo would live for a little bit longer, and that would give them
feeling that Aggressivo didn't even have the chance to press his world's end.
Exactly. He didn't have a chance to react in time, unfortunately. It was just too much happening on his head, and he just died immediately.
Despite that, we still have an 1k gold lead from Team Misfits. Look at that Royal, though. He's trying to be punished by Certus. Not enough, though, as he is still standing without any kind of a problem here. And Misfortune were able to pick up one turret plate in the bot lane. It's not going to be quite enough, though, because Aphelios is sitting on an assist and 20 CS lead into this game, which is a very good thing for him.
Yes, I'm actually looking at the other lanes, and the creep stats seem to be pretty equal for both teams, except for the bot lane exactly there. The difference is starting to be bigger and bigger, but look at that. We have a little swap between the top and the bot, and Aggressivo is actually taking some damage from ACD.
It seems like I was wrong about the fact that this Gragas would have no problem with Atrox. He does have a little bit of a problem standing. I'm sorry.
It was the other way around.
The opposite way. Yeah, the other way around. Atrox has a little bit of a problem. But look at Moops. Look at Moops. He was trying to fish for that precious hook or maybe a flash over the wall, but it didn't really connect because of the Q of Aphelios.
And because Jack Troll has his
and look at that! That's a Herald being popped in the mid lane, not going to be interrupted by Royal, although there's some minions you might argue about that. Royal going, though, has to use his chrono. Look at the tower, 27 HP! That is... don't even know
Please.
if it was a miscalculation or whatever. What was, and Royal is trying to defend the tower with everything he has, and he's going to do that. Chrono Break was able to secure his life not going down from him, and Warlight, Schlatten, and Jacktroll probably are going to try to dive Tiger and Moops over the wall. He's going to do, hooks are being exchanged, the box is being popped, Moops is going extremely low, bullet time happening, and Moops is going down, but it well does Warlight too, as that is an exchange. 1v1, I am sorry, that was a little bit of a misconception of my own, but Certus is being popped in here right now as well. Royal going down, and I was lagging for a second here, but Royal, with the help of Bakuda, managed to bring Certus down.
That was very close for Royal, because there was a hook from Jacktroll coming, and just a millimeter closer to Royal, and he would have been dead.
Luckily, we'll have an opportunity to see a replay here, because I was unfortunately lagging for a little split second over here. Just look at this. The Moonlight Vigil didn't really do enough to pick that kill as fast as he needed. So because of that, unfortunately, Aphelios was going down. And look at Royal almost going down, but Bakuda was there in time, and Jacktroll just not reaching with the tip of his hook, just not reaching Royal. But the tower still stands though. No,
nope,
it's going
not
down.
anymore. Actually, that was a little bit of misplay from Certus there in the mid lane. He stepped back just at the end of Echo's W, and he got caught in there, and he got stunned, and it gave Echo enough time to do some damage, and didn't give enough time for Certus to do damage, because Royal was almost going down. It would have been 1v1 at least, if only.
And look at that Aphelios. The amount of... Oh, whoa! That was a hook coming from nowhere. The spectators didn't show this up. But a millimeter, and that would have been a dead Tiger.
A millimeter, and that would have been a dead Tiger, though he is still in a very tricky situation, because the tower will be going down pretty soon, and then he might be a very nice open opportunity for Team Misfits Premiere.
It is absolutely true. I'm just looking at Aphelios. I'm seeing the Gale Force.
Oh, yes.
I just realized this Aphelios is going to be quite of a problem over here in, well, in the team fight. So Gold Drinker being popped for Olaf, always a good choice. Not exactly sure if that's the greatest choice against Misfits, though, because they have only two characters, melee combatants. But if it works for him, who am I to judge?
Indeed. There are also two more mythic items actually picked up by MCES. There is a Hextech Rocket build for Echo. That is no surprise for you. He's just gonna be even more mobile than now. And look at that, there is some action which is about to happen on the mid lane. But at the same
but not
time,
happening. So
not
you
happening,
can continue.
but very, very close. Thank you. And there is a gold drink for Olaf, and at the same time, look at that! That Gragas also has his precious
well, it
item
seems
finally.
like MCES are really looking forward into those fights and trying to just fight on their own terms, as right now Aphelios has to go away, Warlight has to go away in order not to be caught out there. I don't really see the respawn of the Herald. I don't think we have it anywhere on the display right now. Oh, because the Herald just been popped. As I see, he is up and ready to go. Seems like, oh, the Weaver's Wall coming from Schlatten, and that is a very tricky call here from Team Misfits, as two members of MCES are almost going down. Jacktroll has to go golden in order not to die, and that is a double kill for Aphelios, and Royal is going down as well as Aggressivo. The Night King is picking up the kill. That is an explosive cast on a CD. Has to flash away over the wall in order to get himself away, and manages to do so. Tiger ready to try and proc his bullet time to do some... Oh, he doesn't have a bullet time.
Not anymore.
That means Misfits are going to be unpunished for that move and take that Herald from themselves.
It was actually very close for Jacktroll, because of that misfortune ultimate. Actually, he had to go golden back there, and he did it pretty last moment, and then there was
Stopwatch is just broken.
Yeah, I have to admit.
And just look at this. How well did they manage to caught MCES bot lane here with Royal? And even though the chrono break was used, just look at Aggressivo just aggressively getting himself onto Royal,
Yeah.
not letting him even an opportunity to escape, while on the same time ACD was doing his best in order to get away, and he was quite successfully even doing so, but he was still just overwhelmed with the amount of damage and control that Team Misfits are possessing right now,
Yep.
and that Herald is absolutely worthily going to them.
Yeah, that is actually very much in style of Aggressivo. He loves to flank the whole enemy team to just happen there while everybody's trying to fight the mighty Woolite with Elbow, Jack Troll, Certus, Schladen engaging. But then you just look back, and on your back there is Aggressivo doing the insane amount of damage just because
he's aggressive, just because he is what he is, the Night King, the king of the fights, the lone wolf. I don't know even how to call him, and I'm going to call him every possible nickname because he's just good at what he does.
He is, but just don't make him overly excited by himself if he watches this, okay?
He can be overexcited about himself. Look at him, and that is a Herald being pulled up. Look at ACD, though, is able to front Team Misfits. Same goes to Bukara. The tower is taking a lot of damage. Tiger is doing his best in order to stop Team Misfits from taking that tower, but this tower is going to be taken. ACD in the meantime taking a lot of damage from Aggressive. The Weather's Wall is going in there, going to lock ACD, but because of Easy will manage to get away, and that is a dragon starter, Cloud Drake. This is going to be a Cloud Drake soul for one of the teams, and it seems like Misfits are going to take that Drake with no harm in there because Team MCS are withdrawing.
They have to withdraw. They have to withdraw just because there is too much damage coming from Team Misfits Premiere, because there is Woolite, who already has 3 kills and 350 gold on his shutdown if anybody dares to do so.
Second Leandri, by the way. Second Leandri's Anguish on Team Misfits. That's a lot of tanky penetration, tank penetration over here.
Yeah.
And I can't blame them because of the Gragas, because of Olaf, because of Nautilus. You really want that penetration.
Yeah, you really want that because you still have Woolite to try to take care of Royal and Bukad and and Tiger. But look at
and look at Certus going down extremely low. Royal will have to use his Chronoblade, but Schlatten is already here to pick up that kill, and he's going to do that in style as Misfits punish Royal for being over aggressive and diving Certus onto diving Certus under that tower. I'm sorry, I got my words mixed up
okay.
here.
It happens to everybody, but you have to admit that the damage coming from Royal back there was a lot.
It's a lot.
It would have been enough to kill Certus if not for that tower, actually.
And if not for the Jack Troll's shield that he so mercifully provided him with his lantern. Also, a stopwatch going for Talia. Not exactly surprised. Stopwatch is just the item you want on everybody. Doesn't matter if you're AD carry, doesn't matter if you're a tank, doesn't matter if you're support, you just want that stopwatch in case something happens.
And there is going to be Magi for Talia, for Schlatten. I love it. He is already 2-0. If he manages to keep up the pace, he will have so much damage.
ACD might be in a little bit of a trouble right now as Jacktroll and Woolite are looking to just push that tower down, and it seems like they're not going to be interrupted, although Acid is quite successful at clearing that minion wave. It seems like Misfits are repositioning, re-reading themselves, re-reading themselves on the re map, and going somewhere for the different objective. The Baron is up, and the next dragon is at 2.5 minutes away, and it seems like, Team MCS are going to try to steal that blue buff. It seems like they're not going to be interrupted. Schlatten checks the bush, doesn't find anybody in there.
I mean Team Misfits Premiere. They lack the vision in their jungle just a little bit. They have a lot of vision in the enemy jungle though, so they know where the enemy team is happening to be, but they miss this precious vision in their own jungle, and this is what Team MCS uses quite wisely.
Still, Team Misfits are in the lead in terms of vision control, because if you look at the ward differences, the only person who has a little bit more wards is Misfortune. But never mind, as that is Ragnarok being popped on Olaf in order to save him. Schlatten has to go gold in order to not die from Royal. Chrono break happening right now. Flash is being burned all over the place. Tiger is going down because Aggressivo has joined the fray. Royal outzoned because of the Weaver's Wall, and that is a tower going down for Team MCS, and 2 members of Team MCS going down. Also, ACD might be in trouble right now because it seems like Aggressivo wants to have a little bit of a fight, and that is a Baron for Team Misfits. They're going for this. They're like a pit bull, just biting their opponent, not leaving them to go until they will be able to chew that arm off and spit it out. But MCS are going to try and fight them. Aggressivo is standing there, one-man army, fighting them as Baron is going extremely low, probably going to be in Misfits' favor. They're going to stop it. Aggressivo going down with the Lantern. That is a Baron Nasher. That is a dead Olaf. MCS are not able to do anything as Aggressivo is going there for more.
That was very intense. Thank you very much for just, keeping up with the pace of what's happening on the screen. That was very intense, and that was very risky for Team Misfits Premiere, because Gragas is exactly the champion who is capable of stealing the enemy Baron if they are trying to take it.
The jungler is up. You don't want to have jungler up when you're doing Baron.
Yeah. But I'm just looking at Olaf with his barrels, because he was trying to do it, and you could see the barrel was going to the Nasher pit and staying there, hoping that Team Misfits will continue to damage the
Royal
Baron.
might be in a little bit of a trouble here. Ash Latin is going to call him as well. Chrono break is available for him, though. Is he going to use it? Yes, he does. Trying maybe to get away. Aggressivo is on the chase right now. Royal having this movement speed, but Aggressivo props his World Ender, trying to chase down Royal as Royal is going away as fast as he can, but it's not going to be enough. And Royal is going down to the demon himself, as that is a Cloud Drake for Team Misfits. 10,000 gold difference for Team Misfits. 3 Dragons lead, 4 towers lead, and they are going to siege the base.
They're going to siege the base, and everything pretty much looks like a game for Team Misfits Premiere. Only a miracle can save Team MCS right now. Will this miracle pop up for them? We don't know, and frankly, I don't.
We will about to find out, because the Weaver's Wall is going in there. ACD and Mukata are locked with the tower. Tower is going down quite quickly, but the Weaver's Wall is going down. Also, that means that the rest members of Team MECS are going to help the teammates. That is a showdown. 4 versus 5. Echo is joining the fray, going in the back lane as Slatten picks up Nautilus. Has to go gold in order not to die. Bullet time is popped as well. Ragnarok is popped as well. And that is a fight furiously going in there. Slatten is going down, but that is 3 members of MCS going down as well, paying with their lives for taking down Schlatten, as Misfits Premiere are looking to take that tower, and they will probably do that without punish from Team MCS. Only a miracle will save them from the tidal wave. The tsunami called Team Misfits Premiere, as they're about to withdraw in order to recapitalize on their victory right now. Take it slow and take it steady. That's detected right here as we look in the replay.
We look at the replay, and that is very nice for Team MCS that Schlatter went down, because we all remember there is a lot of gold on his head and he had the precious stacks. He tried to go golden here, but that Royal in the backline doing exactly what Aggressivo did to his team already 2 or 3 times, if I'm not mistaken, but not that successfully, simply because he doesn't have that much damage that Atrox with Gold Ring.
And Moops might be in a little bit of a position right now, as he was caught with the control of Team Misfits. That is a W, also propped. Moops are not going anywhere, as he's going down because of the amount of the control. And Team Misfits are probably going to capitalize on that small victory right now, trying to chase down more members of Team MCES as they are going to the top lane. Eyes set on that tower. Aggressivo is in the enemy base, is locked in there though with Team MCES. They're going to take that. That's the Wither Skull going there. Schlatten is able to join the fray. That is a tower going down. That is an inhibitor going down, as Misfits are having their eyes set on that base. They're going to take that down. The siege continues and the keep will fall, say Team Misfits, as they have their eyes set on that tower on the top. That is Royal, just throwing himself on Aggressivo. Aggressivo is at the help of his HP, has to get away from the fight in order to try and not die in the base right now, as he's going to pick up that red buff that is going to give him some sustain and some health back, as Misfits are still having their eyes set on that top tower. They're going to take it. They're trying to take it, and they will eventually. I suppose we will find out. ACD being caught here, able to get away because of Easy. Aggressivo being caught by Bukata. Olaf is getting in there, trying to get the damage done, but it is not enough. Jacktron missing with his hook. That means that no fight will continue. MCES with their backs against the wall, trying to protect the only lonely keep that stands. The only lonely tower that stands. The last inhibitor. That is a Moonlight Vigil. That is Aggressivo going in there in the backline, trying to pick Tiger down. Depth calling for Aggressivo as he's brutally fighting Team MCS, and that is an interruption. That means Aggressivo's down, but that inhibitor is going down as well. 3 inhibitors are down for Team MCS. Tiger and ACD have to withdraw in order to find some HP back, but the siege probably is about to continue. Maybe not. Misfits are going to retreat right now because Baron is getting up in 45 seconds, even though MCES were able to try and defend their base with their backs against the wall. Will that be enough? Will they able to steal the Baron and try to preserve the game for themselves?
I have a feeling that I am watching some TV show currently, because it's just so much happening right now and everything is so epic. And it's not just a Baron actually popping up, there is also a Cloud Drake popping up in just 25 seconds, and that is going to be a soul for Team Misfits Premiere, and that's something they also
to go with.
For.
Is it going to be the soul? Is it going to be the dragon? Both is potentially huge.
Yes, but I think that currently Baron is just opening completely the way for Misfits to finish this game, and that's why MCS is already here, and they will try this time their best to steal this Baron, or at least to stop it, to prevent it from happening now, to postpone.
Forget the popcorn is still there.
Bit.
The opportunity to do popcorn is still there. Cloud Drake is standing there. Aggressivo just basically doing one-man army trick again. Pops the popcorn. Schlatten receives a little bit of a damage as Team Misfits are doing that Baron. Aggressivo is standing there doing a one-man army, going to withdraw from that Baron, deciding not to take the chances as all members of MCES are there. Bukara has to flash in order to get away from the Weaver's Wall and not be fun in there. Ragnarok is being popped. That means he's going to be saved from the control, but the cask is going in there. Royal is almost dead, has to fish for the chrono break. He does, but Aggressivo is going to the back lane as well, going down, though. That is 1-for-1 moves. Getting away in low HP. No, he's not. The siege is continuing because the super minions is pouring into the enemy base. Warlight is going on to save himself from the bullet time, but he's going to go down. Still, ACD is going down as well. Jacktroll manages to pick up Tiger as he's the only man standing to try and save the day, but it doesn't happen as the key falls. Minions keep pouring, and Misfits winning that game.
Oh my god, and that is finally we witnessed what we were so much waiting for. Team Misfits Premiere breaking their lose streak. Finally, no more losing after 3 consecutive games of losing just hopelessly. Finally, Misfits are back on track, and I couldn't be happier to see it.
That was absolutely amazing. If I'm not mistaken, that win puts them on the 3rd position in the scoreboard. Correct me if I'm wrong, and tell me that I'm right if I am right. But I think it does.
You are right, actually, because currently, before this game, they were 5-3. They are going to be 6-3, so it means they're going to be on the 2nd place, but they are not going to be alone there, even more so. There's going to be 3 teams on the 2nd place now. There is Coming Hope, there is Vitality B, and now there is also Team Misfits Premiere, and the tension, the pressure on the 2nd spot is just insane. The
Crown Prince of LFL is back. Question mark. I don't know, but after that game, was it brutal? Yes, it was. Congratulations to Team Misfits for winning that game, and also congratulations to Team MCES for battling with their backs against the wall, for standing up against that opponent and trying to go down. At least they went down with dignity.
Exactly, dignity is the word I was thinking about. That was a good fight, actually. But it looks like after being in what I would call a gaming depression, Team Misfits Premiere are back on track. And they are back with what we love this team for. The team fights, the communication in the team, the understanding of what everybody does and what needs to be done by everybody else.
Oh, yes, I can't agree with you more. Am I looking forward to the playoffs? Yes, I am. Is it going to be brutal? Yes, I am. Probably we're going to have some tiebreakers, maybe not, I don't really know. But I'm hoping to see some more bloodbaths, and I'm hoping to see some amazing teams out there. My name was, is, and will be Brilmann. I was joined here by Solari.
And it was my pleasure to be joining you here today. And we are really, really looking forward to the next game and to seeing you all there. Thank you very much. And remember, this time, again, Polska Górom. Have a safe evening, everybody.